welcome to Mobility Flow. It is 7 o'clock, so we will get started with the session. And if you just want to come and join me in a seated position in the center of your mats, we'll just begin with a quick warm up. So sitting in your seated position, you can cross your legs, kneel, whatever's comfortable for you. We'll just begin to roll our shoulders back and down, maybe 5 circles backwards, and then 5 circles forwards. When you've done those 5 circles in both directions, just come back to center and then inhale to lift the right hand up. Exhale, reach over to the left. Inhale back to center, switching over the arms. Exhale, reach over to the right. We're just going to do this 5 times each side, just moving with your own breath in your own time. Really inhaling to lift and lengthen, exhaling to extend and reach. Find that fold, find that space between those rib cage. We'll go for 1 more each side. And then this time we're going to inhale to come to center, exhale to lift and twist to look behind you. Inhale to center, exhale to twist. And again, we're just going to do 5 of these each side, moving with your own breath, in your own time. Last one each side. From here, we're then going to come onto our hands and knees. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're just going to do 5 cat-cows. So we're going to inhale to dip the stomach, look up towards the ceiling, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale as you round through the shoulders, pressing the ground away, sucking the navel back towards the spine, and pressing, looking down towards your knees. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale to round. From here, you're just going to take the hands slightly further forward, tuck the toes, press back into down facing dog, and just take a moment there to set yourself up, pedal out the legs. When you come to set yourself up in this position, think about spreading the fingers, gripping the mat through your fingertips and heels of your hands, and then pressing down through your knuckles. With your head, let the head hang between your arms and the crown of the head pointing towards the floor. Think about extending through the tailbone, finding that length, and then pulling the shoulders apart so that you have space across the upper back so your neck can hang free from your shoulders. From here, you can then start thinking about extending through the legs, opening up those calves, those hamstrings. And then when you're ready, come all the way in to Uttanasana, forward fold, and find your ragdoll position. So think about bending the knees as this is the first one of the day, drawing the chest over your thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, and just hold opposite hand to opposite elbow. And just relax there for a moment. You can swing from side to side, bounce up and down, or if you just want to stay static, you can. Take 2 more deep breaths all the way in. Exhale completely. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale completely, fold deeper if you can, and then inhale as we come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, we're going to fold straight back down into our little warm-up flow. So we're going to walk the feet down, back all the way to down facing dog. Pedal out the feet for just a few breaths. Remember, create that space across the upper back, free your neck from your ears, or your shoulders from your ears. And then we're going to take the right foot outside of the right hand, drop the back knee to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist, reaching up high. Exhale, elbow to the floor. We're going to do that 5 times on this side. Opening up the hip. 4, 5, plant the hand back down, step back to down facing dog, and then left foot comes through as you inhale again, lift and twist. Hand up towards the ceiling, elbow to the ground as you exhale. Try and keep those toes of that foot in front glued to the floor. Try not to roll over onto the outside edge of your foot. One more to go. Plant the hand back down, step back to down facing dog as you exhale and just pedal out the feet one last time. And from here we're going to take a vinyasa. So inhale, roll forwards to high plank. Exhale, low plank on knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Just spend a moment there, opening out the front body. If cobra is too much, you can always reduce back down to sphinx and do the same thing. Just think about pressing the hips or the stomach into the ground, opening up that front body and rolling those shoulders back and down, lifting the chest away from the floor. From here, we're just going to exhale and slowly lower ourselves back down to the floor and grab a hold of our strap for our first mobility movement. So grab a hold of the strap. You want to, we're going to be doing pass-throughs. So you want to have it at a width that you can pass your hands back and forth quite easily, but with a little bit of strain. If you find it too easy, you can always adjust the length that you've got the strap held at, or if it's too hard, extend the length that you've got the strap held at. So if you come into a prone position on your mat, forehead to the floor, you're just going to inhale to lift the hands up and back, tap the strap to the back of your bum or lower back, inhale to come back up and over, and exhale, release. So we're just going to do 10 of those. They're called prone pass-throughs. You might find as you progress through the rotations, it becomes easier, so you just shuffle your hand along the strap, grab a bit further in, narrow your width or your grip, and just go at your own speed. You can go not too fast, but if you want to go slower, go slower. Just a couple more rotations wherever you're at. I'm going to do 2 more for luck. And then when I've done those, I'm just going to release my hands from the strap, put it to one side, we shouldn't need it again. And we're going to come into our prone snow angel. So staying in this face down position, take the hands straight out in front of you, forehead to the floor, and you're just going to lift the hands slightly off the floor. So your arms and hands are off the floor hovering. You're going to take the hands out to the side, keeping those palms hovering. Then when you get to your T-shaped position, turn the palms up and then bring the hands all the way back behind you. Tap the hands together. Try not to tap your lower back. Try and keep the hands lifted. And then bring the hands all the way back round. Turn at that T-point and then back up to the top. We're going to do 5 of those. The slower you go on these, the harder it is. Last one. And relax. Slowly come up into a kneeling position if you like. And we'll just begin to churn the wrists. So option 1, you can just simply take the hands out in front of you and rotate the fingers or the wrists outwards. Or you can take a hold of your hands, interlace the fingers and churn the wrists like so. So we're just going to do 10 or so rotations in one direction, and then when you've done 10 or so in that direction, you're going to rotate the other way. So if you're churning, you're pushing forwards with one hand. To rotate in the other direction, you want to push forwards with the other hand. If you're circling your wrists individually, circle them outwards and then circle them inwards. Once you've done 10 or so rotations, we're just going to come onto our hands and knees and we're going to do some wrist extensions. So think about placing your hands on the floor, using the heels of your hands, the pads of your palms, I guess, and the fingertips should all be connected to the floor. The bits in between, so the middle of your fingers and the middle of your palms, shouldn't necessarily be flat against the floor. So to protect your wrist, think about gripping the floor like you would with your feet, the same with your hands. Press down through those, and we're just going to shoot the shoulders forwards over the top of the fingertips. Just 10 or so times. As far as mobility allows, don't let the heels of your hands lift as you do this. And then when you've done 10, we're just going to take the fingertips out to the sides of the mat. So start with them quite wide, start with your wrists underneath your shoulders, rocking side to side again, just shooting the shoulders over those wrists. And as mobility allows, you can start to walk the heels of the hands towards each other until you maybe eventually meet in the center. Again, think about not having that completely flat hand on the mat. Think about having some small gaps in between those fingers and palms. And then when you've done around 10 or so each side of those, we're going to take the fingertips back. So again, wrists under shoulders again, fingertips back towards your knees, and just rock back and forth as far as mobility allows. So for this one, you might find you have the least movement range, and that's perfectly normal. Just make sure you keep those heels of your hands connected to the floor. And when you've done 10 of those, just relax. Shake the hands off. And we're going to go into some fist rolls. So you're going to scrunch your hands up into fists, knuckles to the floor, hands underneath your shoulders, and we're going to open the hands out as we bring the chest towards the floor, and then press the floor away as we lift the chest away and close the hands. So you're just going to do 5 fist rolls, 4, 5, and then relax. We're then going to come up into our down facing dog, walk the feet in towards the hands, and come into a crouched position. So from here, we're just going to extend into a forward fold as we exhale, and then come back to this crouched position as we inhale. We're just going to do 3 of these. So we're going to exhale to forward fold, inhale to curl, and you can even tuck your head towards your knees if you want to, or look forwards wherever you're comfortable. Exhale to forward fold, inhale to curl, exhale to forward fold, inhale to curl. We're going to exhale one more time to come back up into that forward fold, and then walk the feet all the way back to our down facing dog position. From here, we're going to do a alternating lizard lunge and then into cobra. So we're going to take the right foot outside of the right hand, reach the heart forwards, keep that back knee lifted if you can, and then we're going to step back to down facing dog as we exhale. Inhale to repeat on the other side, so left foot comes outside of left hand into your lizard lunge. Keep that chest shooting forwards, eye gaze forward, step back to down facing dog, and then we're going to come through into cobra. So exhale to down facing dog, inhale as you reach the hips forwards to cobra, so bringing the hips all the way almost to your wrists, and then looking up to find your cobra position. Tuck the toes as you exhale, push back to down facing dog. We're going to do that sequence 2 more times. So inhale, right foot, right hand, lizard lunge. Exhale, step back to down facing dog. Inhale, left foot, left hand, lizard lunge. Exhale, step back to down facing dog. Inhale, roll forwards, bring the hips all the way through to the wrist, flip up into cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. One last time through. So inhale, right foot, right hand, lizard lunge. Exhale, step back, left foot, left hand as you inhale, lizard lunge. Exhale, step back, down facing dog. Inhale, roll forwards to cobra, dropping those hips to the floor, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. You can just pedal out the feet just a couple of times here. And then we're going to walk the feet all the way forwards towards the hands, and then just step them outside of the hands and find your squat stance. So we're going to come into our garland pose. So from here, we're going to inhale to lift all the way up, palms together. At the top, exhale, come down into your garland squat. We're just going to take 10 pulses here. So we're going to Try and keep the chest nice and lifted. Roll the shoulders back and down. Try not to round into your back. Try and keep that back nice and long. And we're just going to hop or bounce up and down 10 or so times just to try and open up those hips. Try and keep the heels to the floor. If your heels aren't touching the floor, don't worry, just go as low as mobility allows. With more practice, you'll get lower. And then from here, just take the left hand to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist towards the right. Exhale, release, switch sides. Inhale to lift and twist towards the left. Exhale, release. We're just going to do that 2 more times each side. Again, trying to keep that nice and long, straight spine. Try not to round as you do this. 1 more time each side. And then come back to center. Take the hands out in front of you. We're going to take 2 steps back into our duck walks. And then 2 steps forwards into our duck walks. We're going to do that 1 more time. So 2 steps back. And then 2 steps forwards. And then plant the hands on the floor. Send the hips up high. Release the legs. Shake them off. Heel toe the feet back underneath the hands. And then walk the feet all the way back to your down facing dog position. Pedal out the feet. Open up the hips, open up the shoulders. If you want to, take a few pulses through those shoulders, pressing the crown of the head towards the floor in that down facing dog position. And then as you exhale, bring the knees to the floor and sit back into your heels, into extended child's pose. Take 3 deep breaths in here. Exhale. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly walk the hands all the way over to the left. Find that stretch in the right side body. Take 2 deep breaths in. Walk the hands all the way back up to center as you inhale on that 3rd breath. And then as you exhale, walk them all the way over to the right. Find the stretch in the left side body. Take 2 deep breaths all the way in. And then again, walk the hands all the way back to center as you inhale. Slowly come all the way up. And we're going to come round into that seated forward fold position. So bringing the legs straight out in front of you, flex the toes back towards you, inhale to lift and lengthen, exhale as you fold over those legs. Take 3 deep breaths, inhaling to reach, exhaling to fold. Limber yourself down. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, fold, and just hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to come all the way back up. Slide your bum down towards your heels. Come onto your backs. Bring your toes to the floor. Keep your heels lifted. Take your hands out to the side in a T-shaped position. And just drop your knees from side to side for a few window wipers. To finish, we're aiming for about 5 or 6 each side. I'm going to do 1 more each side, and then slowly bring the knees in towards the chest, hug them with both arms, rock from side to side, massage that lower back, and then whenever you're ready, just gently bring yourself all the way up to seated, and join me in the center of your mats to finish with 1 last deep inhale as we reach the hands up above the head, palms together at the top, and as we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.